I am about to give you a prophetic insight concerning the things to come in Nigeria and concerning your president Tinubu. I was shown, I think, on the 4th of January. The 1st I was shown, and even on the 4th I made the post online, but I typed it and I didn't make a video. But I want to pick that section and explain it for you so that you understand the things the Lord have shown me. So I saw a two double-edged sword, and on the first side of the sword it had a grudge. This grudge, it took it from 2023 to 2024, and on the other side I saw another grudge. The first grudge I saw on the first side of the double-edged sword, this grudge was is shown or is for the people. It's for the people. It's for the masses. And by the Spirit of the living God, I saw the grudge, and it is moving, and it is clearing out a lot of people, even from the system, even from the top. On the other side of the grudge, I saw it happening this year. It was as though the grudge that was vexed upon is as though the torments of the people. Now, these things we see is as though it was decided that this is the torments and this is the issues that is going to arise. So the economic inflation you are seeing is not some spiritual thing. It's not anything you are expecting or thinking. The inflation you are seeing was basically addressed. It was decided. They sat on the table and decided your economic inflation. The inflation in the economy upon the nation Nigeria was decided. I will not talk more than this, but it was decided. And then that one is the grudge for the people. And then this same grudge, it traveled to the second edge of the blade. Now, the second edge of the blade is for the rulers. It's for those that have a certain amount of power. It was directed by the Spirit of God through me to make that post by that time. By that time, as a proof that the year had not started. It was a grudge that flew through 2023 to 2024 to affect the people first, and from the people it will go to the rulers of nations. It will cause tumult, even in Nigeria. It will cause tumult. It will distract lots of things. It will distract lots of things. I want you to understand that sooner or later, this double-edged sword is going to begin to travel even more than what your president of Nigeria has done. Even more than that. It will begin to travel even more than that. Even more than that. 2024, as declared by God, it is the year of colors. It is the year of colors and alignment with God. The year of colors may be for you for peace, but the other man, it may be for destruction. The year of colors may be your excitement, but whoever has found his own color should hold on to his color and join it with alignment. And the Lord told me, this is the healing of the nations. It will soon begin. It will soon begin. That he wants to use this man to cut off a lot of things. This is why I tell you first, the economy, and then those in positions of power. A clearing, a sweeping off is coming. The president of Nigeria was never a mistake. It was God. Those of you expecting the economic system to come down, it is not going to come down. It is still going to go up. But the peace you are looking for may begin to come at the end of the year. The sweeping off of corrupt men is coming, but it's coming slowly. It is coming from who you don't even expect, but it is coming. But it is coming. And it is coming really fast. It is coming really, really fast. Get up yourself, get up your loins. It is coming, and it is unstoppable. It was as though the angelic beings came to announce a season of a greater tribulation. You get it? A season of a greater tribulation where people are supposed to, the tears are increasing. So what I felt sitting down there is like a burden of 1,000 nations. So I had to pray a little bit to reduce the weight of what I was feeling. So the announcement, if angelic beings come to announce seasons like this, you know for sure this season is a season. And people are supposed to raise up more in prayer. Because this prayer now is we are going to pray also about it. That God should show mercy.
If he's not going to show me, it's because anytime I want to pray this prayer, I feel like he's telling me that this thing is supposed to happen. If there is a must that it happens. This is a plan. So telling me to change it, you are risking the nation. So either the nation will not be healed of whatever I'm supposed to do, and the these are going to be reduced, the that is going to be reduced. You are the one that is supposed to be held in fault now. If you change anything that is not supposed to be. So the pain now comes in now. I'm praying that God, even with all these storms, let the people survive. So now Marutia. May the mercy of God turn things around. May the mercy of God turn things around. May there be a shift. The time for this sword to go back to the rulers. Let it cut them deep. In fact, let's begin to pray. Viral. Cut them deep and go viral. Let's begin to pray. It will come to pass. Jesus. You cannot wake up one morning and decide to inflict pain to the people.
Nationwide protests are taking place at the moment in Nigeria over worsening economic hardship. Let's take a look at these live pictures from Lagos. The demonstrations have been organised by young Nigerians using social media, and it's been inspired by the recent demonstrations that we've seen in Kenya. Authorities have pleaded for more time to fix the economy, which has seen the worst inflation in a generation, for the protests to be shelved over fears of violence. But activists say they will go ahead, and we can see evidence of that now. Let's go live to Lagos and speak to our correspondent Simi Jola Oso. Simi, can you take us through what those protests are like? It looks like it's extremely busy scenes behind you.
Yeah, the funny thing is there's been weeks of speculation on whether these protests would actually happen, but dozens of protesters, as you can see behind me, have come out. Probably not as many as the organizers would have hoped for or expected, but the people who are here are passionate. They've been shouting the word ole, which is a local term for thief, referring to the President Bola Tinubu. Now, they say they are here to protest against two things: bad governance, and they say the government is full of corrupt officials, including the president, but also economic hardship. Now, Nigeria has been struggling economically. Inflation has passed 34%. The cost of food, the cost of goods, the cost of fuel has tripled over the last year, and they say it's because of government policies that were implemented over the last year, including the removal of a subsidy that was meant to keep the price of fuel low, and also the detaching of the local currency, the naira, from the US dollars. And as a result, goods and food prices have been going up. One person told me while they were marching, he said, "We did not dethrone a military dictatorship to put a civilian dictatorship into power," and saying that the people are taking back their power. The government has urged protesters to be patient, saying that they are going to put in policies in place that would help relieve the hardship that people are facing. Earlier this year, they distributed grains from the National Reserve. They also gave temporary cash payments to very poor families. But the protesters here are saying it's just simply not enough, and they plan to come out for 10 days or until the government do something to make lives easier.
And we're seeing live pictures. There's a lot of police presence there. At the moment, are you seeing any violent activity, or is it a peaceful protest at the moment?
No, it's been fairly peaceful. They wanted to gather in front of the State House of Assembly and in front of the State Governor's office, but the police had blocked those roads, so they started from a different area and they marched down to this area called Ojota. This is the area that the government designated for them to demonstrate. And throughout the march, we've been walking for about 45 minutes, if not longer than that. Throughout the march, they've been walking alongside prolice officers who were kind of seemingly protecting them, and also the military also came out as well, but there hasn't been any violence. There have been like small minor clashes between protesters and a couple of people who were protesting against protests, saying that they are in support of the government. But yeah, no violence so far. The different factions of protesters, the people behind me, the people up ahead as well, and going into the park where the police chief was talking to them earlier on. But we'll still be here for a little while, as it seems that people are still joining and shouting and trying to get their voices heard.
Okay, Simi, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Simi Jola Ose there for us.
The World of Truth with Emmanuel Kingz, and mighty impact that energizes sacrifice. The Truth World.